Hi everybody, welcome to video 1. This is going to be a fun video series about life and the confessions of the ultimate multitasking mom. For those of you who followed my Facebook or my Instagram or family and friends who talked to me on the phone and encouraged me along the way, you know that I returned to the workforce. This was actually the toughest job hunt moment I had, just because it felt very intense to me. Had a lot going on at home. You know, this is the start of the school year, not just for my kids, but also for me as I started my master's program. What made it tough is every person that interviewed me actually wanted to hire me. And I don't say no very easily. It was reassuring to know you're wanted, but when someone hires you and you find out what you're getting hired for cannot give you either the quality of life or the pay that is ideal for you, you've got to make that decision and say, what am I worth? Not just my perceived worth, but what do I bring to the table, and am I going to get compensated properly for that? So praise God, I did get a great offer. I'm going to be working at Land Care, and I feel really blessed to work in that role where I get to grow in my administrative duties. By the time I have my MBA, about a year from now, I can just totally tell this is a company that wants me to grow with them, and that is exactly what I wanted. I didn't just want to show up for work and make a little money to get by, which is what I've been doing for a while. I want to go somewhere where I can put more of my focus into that. And that's going to lead me into answering some questions that I've gotten asked by loved ones especially, but also people who followed me professionally, and in my being part of that bodybuilding subculture that I've been a part of is, what am I going to keep on my plate? What am I going to take on my plate? Take off of my plate, excuse me. One, personal training is done for me. I see, hey, check out the hair standing up. Calm our baby hairs. Ah. So, may have a little ADD moment there. I'm going to try to sit down here. I'm not like hanging off my chair. Anyway, as I said, so personal training is done. It's like a great book. You're really glad that you read it. You don't mind sharing it with someone else and passing it along, but you probably wouldn't read it again. And that's where I am. Years of grinding out early in the morning, it just caught up to me. It's just not where I am. That being said, I know some fantastic personal trainers that I could not possibly imagine doing anything else in their lives. So, for those colleagues and former colleagues and friends, know that I'm probably just going to be referring tons of business to you. If you're good at what you do and you love people, then more power to you, because I'll be shouting you out all across social media and on the phone and all that sort of thing. I am going to continue my coaching, because coaching is something that I get the opportunity to do online and on phone in my own time. The thing is I will have to continue to limit my number of people that I coach to 10 people maximum. Right now I have 4 people on right now. I have a possibility of another couple of people, but it'll be the same. So if you're one of my competition prep or life coaching clients and you're concerned that I'm going to shift you off to someone else or not take you on if you wanted to renew your contract later, don't worry. I'm going to keep going. But to have more than 10 people coaching, it's not going to do you any good, because there's no way I could give you the attention and service that you deserve if I stack more on my plate. I'm keeping that on because I love it. I love coaching. I love watching people hit their goals. I love watching people create new goals. Sometimes midway through the one they thought they wanted, they see that, whoa, I'm learning things about myself, and what I thought I was going to get out of this isn't, but here's where I'm headed now. So that's where that is. I'm still going to keep working on this master's program. I'm doing this, like, I guess you would call them accelerated courses. You do 8-week courses, which is the workload is 16. I only handle one at a time. So when I do one 8-week course, it's like taking 2 college classes at the same time, kind of like the workload there. But in a year, I'm going to have my MBA. And what I do with that, my goal and hope is to grow with this company, Land Care. Chloe and Isabel, I'm continuing on. I get to do it on the side. I create my own hours entirely. Unlike a lot of other direct sales companies, because we don't have that like heavy-handed multi-level marketing concept, it's really just a matter of doing something I love on the side, because I like wearing pretty things. I like my pretty hero necklace and my dangly earrings and my bracelets, and it's fun to help. So things that I can do online a little bit here and there, or the occasional event, I will. But it's just where I am. And of course, being a multitasking mom, I'm always trying to find ways to get things cleaner, more organized. You're seeing like one of the only clean looking spots in the house right now is the empty wall behind me. To my left, there's a sink of dishes, not quite as high as it was, but still higher than it ought to be. And on the other side of the wall beyond it is my very messy desk, which is why I'm working from my dining room table. I got piles of laundry and clutter and crap to take care of. So, when you see me do the little hashtag multitasking mom or the ultimate multitasking mom, don't think it's me shouting myself out thinking that I've got it all together. But I am learning that you keep some things on, you take some things off. Sorry, I'm so fidgety when I'm like, I got the itchy, watery, sinusy crud from allergies and that sort of thing. So confessions of a multitasking mom. Here's my confessions. Saying no is one of the hardest things that I've had to overcome the ability to do it. I've always been one of those people who had way too much on her plate from the time she hit her feet on the ground in the morning to plopping into bed. The constant busyness of not just doing the things I enjoy, like getting my kids back and forth and everything, but just taking on more than I could chew. So I am learning to say no and realize what my aptitude is. Making lists and sticking to them is necessary and tough. This multitasking mom needs to be better at making lists, sticking to them, not just for her, but for her children, helping her husband along the way. So if you're a multitasking mom and like me, you've got crap everywhere, join with me today in saying no more clutter, no more crap. All right. So if you struggle with that as a multitasking mom, you have so much on your plate that you're not finishing things, get an accountability friend, maybe 2. Find a friend that is got a mess somewhere that she could get some help cleaning. Offer, hey, if I come over Friday night and maybe play some music and clean out your closet, could you reciprocate? Or how about I take your kids out for the night while you get your junk drawers in your kitchen taken care of, and we'll trade off like that. Don't be scared to ask for help, and certainly reach out for accountability. If you're like me and you get things cleaned and within hours, days, weeks, months, everything looks like a hot mess again, your accountability partner is failing, or you're failing to check in with them. So let's go ahead and get that done. My accountability partner, I'm going to be reaching out to my best friend and saying, hey, guess what? Everything's a mess. I told you I cleaned my office, and I did, and now look at it. It's worse than before. I'm going to reach out to her. She'll probably reach back out to me. Find that. That's my number one key ingredient in success for getting rid of the clutter. Also, if you have a tendency to put things in your phone and your calendar and forget they're there, go back old-fashioned. Your calendar can be your best friend. What I find I've learned in life coaching and in wellness coaching is a lot of people put lists in their phones and in their computers, and then they never look at them. I like to keep my calendar with me just like I keep my ID. That way, if someone asks me, hey, so-and-so has a birthday party, can you take my kids when you bring yours? I used to say, sure. Now it's, hold on, let me check my calendar, make sure I'm not already booked for it. So find a system that has you checking back and forth. If you multitask, you can only keep up with so much. So keep it written somewhere. Anyway, that's all I got for today. So my goal is to take the multitasking mom message to moms all over the place. Tell you, don't be expecting yourself to be perfect. Don't expect your children and your husband to be perfect, but always be perfecting the art of multitasking. That means you're working to get better, become more efficient. Anyway, take care, everybody. Bye.